It's the biggest issue in Australian politics, bringing thousands to rallies to protest. Prime Minister Julia Gillard in trouble for trying to put a price on carbon, a tax on polluting industries.
The government says extra costs would be modest and unnecessary to tilt industry away from dirty and inefficient production. These people say it's ordinary Australians who'll pay for a policy with dubious green credentials.
The effect that man has is very minimal, so we're just worried that the government's going to slap a new big tax on us without really taking into account all the science.
All these jobs are going to China, India. They are the biggest polluters in the world. Why tax us? We're not going to change anything on this earth.
What makes some particularly angry is that before last year's election, Julia Gillard appeared to rule out a carbon tax. But when she needed the support of the Greens to form a government, the proposals re-emerged. Liar is a slur that sticks. Not everyone is against the tax. There have been rallies the same size as this one to support an environmental tax, and many think one's necessary to encourage green innovation. In Perth, Western Australia, one company is developing underwater technology that will produce zero-emission energy from waves. This sort of business will become far more competitive if dirty energy is taxed.
Whether it's wave, geothermal, solar or wind, these are the clean technologies we need to decarbonise our energy mix in the future, and without things like a carbon price, we simply won't get there, and Australia will miss out on those opportunities.
The ruling Labour Party's minority government is in a precarious position. It needs not only the Greens to pass legislation, it also relies on the support of independent MPs, and not all of them are convinced. Because while per capita Australia might be one of the world's most polluting countries, cheap fuel, mining and high emissions industry have also made it one of the richest. The Prime Minister needs to persuade her people and her Parliament that greener doesn't have to mean poorer. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.